Oh, hi! Today we're gonna make this jumbled mess of black t-shirt scraps into a kind of droopy bow tie. Here's what you'll need: scissors, pins, and matching thread, and a safety pin. And maybe most importantly, paint and a paintbrush. Try to find a paintbrush with a small fine tip, or it might look like a ham-fisted ogre has painted your project. The first step is deciding how wide you want your bow tie. I want mine to be about 6 inches wide and about 2.5 inches tall. So I'm going to double all those measurements, add a 1/2 inch to 1 inch for seam allowance, and cut out a square. Or rectangle. For the middle piece that's going to wrap around the middle of the tie, I'm going to cut out a piece that's about 2 inches wide, maybe 4 inches long. Go ahead and fold your smaller piece in half and sew up the long side. You should have a little noodle shape now. Go ahead and flip that inside out. Now I got this little tool specifically for flipping small tubes inside out like this. It never really works, but this might actually be small enough that it will be a success. Come on, little buddy. Oh, baby. It worked. Now you have a right side out noodly shape. Set that aside for now. Now fold your bigger piece in half, right sides together. So both of the long sides, but leave the short side open. Trim any excess off the sides and then flip that inside out. Make sure you flip the corners out as much as you can so they're pointy and not kind of folded in on themselves. For the open end, just tuck the raw edges in on themselves. Break out one of your trusty old hand needles and some matching thread. Basically try to get as little of the thread to show as you can. Now you should have one piece that is completely sealed off on all 4 sides, and one piece that still has the 2 ends open, and then just one seam down the middle. For those of you at home, you probably want to iron these flat, but I'm not going to. Before you start painting, you want to gauge what kind of room you have to actually write all the letters. So lay the little piece over the middle and know that middle piece on the big piece is off limits. You're going to put police on this side, box on this side, and you're going to fit in little teeny tiny letters on the middle piece, as narrow as you can get them. Public call, like on the top of the TARDIS. Fingers crossed. Instead of that tiny paintbrush I had, I'm gonna go for my kind of go-to precision painting tool, and that's the tip of one of these little flosser things. Preferably go for one that hasn't been used. Just kidding. This has probably been used. Let's address the outfit change now. Yes, there is a horrendously adorable dachshund / basset hound looking thing on my chest right here. Shut it already with the knit hat hipster jokes. Fucking cold outside. Anyways, I let this dry overnight. You don't have to wait 24 hours, but I went to bed. Now, hold the middle, fold it in half this way, and fold the top bit back, and fold the bottom bit back. I don't know what else to call this other than a dimple crease. Is that grossing anybody else out? I really don't like that I'm calling it that, regardless of the name. With this folded, I trimmed my smaller piece. I'm gonna flip it so the painted sides are facing each other. Have the 2 ends meet. I'm gonna do a straight stitch right along here. I'm gonna cut off the extra, and now just flip that middle band inside out. Outside in, right side out. Ta-da! Now you're pretty much finished. You just need to attach the safety pin. I'm pushing the not pointy end, the safety end, if you will, through the back of this. And now let's attach this to the TARDIS dress. If you would like to see how I made this little number, that's in the video from last week. I'll just link to it in the description. Now you just take your open safety pin, put the pointy end right through the collar of the shirt. Try not to stab yourself, and close the pin. Ta-da! Now you have a dress that actually looks like it is TARDIS themed. Just remember, kids, bow ties are cool. See what I did there?